Okay, so for my Zen garden provocation, the materials that I used were these clear containers. I just grabbed some from the dollar store. I like them because they have lids and you can package them up quite nicely. And then of course the play sand and some rocks and shells, some toys. I even have some nature stamps such as pine cones and some rakes. If you don't have rakes, I just use plastic forks and a plastic spoon as a smoother. And then of course, just some display pictures for the children to see and get some inspiration from. And it all fits nicely together for easy cleanup. Hi guys, I'm Christina Whitfield and this is my Zen garden provocation. I have it set up using sand and little containers for each individual child so that they can have their own space to create in. The display is sporadic on the table to entice the children to pick up whatever suits their fancy at that moment. I anticipate that the children will probably come in and start manipulating the sand just by feeling it with their hands. From there, they might take inspiration from the photos on the table to see how there are different designs created within the sand. They might use the fork to draw some lines in the sand. They might use the spoon to draw smooth surfaces. They can shake it to start all over. They might take a pine cone and use it as a stamp. They might roll it. They might add in some stones. Once they figure out how to use all the tools on the table, they might like to have different colors of sand. So here we have an example where there's two shades of sand. It looks a little bit more like a beach theme. Questions we could ask the children while we're interacting with this experience could be, what do you think happens to the sand underneath when we're moving it around on top? Why doesn't the picture stay when we shake the container? What happens if we go super fast? What happens if we go super slow with the rake through the sand? We could ask the children how they think a smooth surface could be made, maybe with a rock or a spoon. We could ask them how they think they could make an overlapping picture or pattern, or what they think happens to the sand to create such patterns. How does it stay up? How does it form? All of these things. I would implement this provocation with my children in my center or my program after they've shown interest in their outdoor sandbox, or maybe the outdoor tools that we use to clean the sandbox, the rake, for instance. I have had children show interest in it when we're raking the sandbox, and then they see the lines being left behind. So I would probably implement this as an indoor activity to do after they've shown that interest. Okay, ways I could expand on this experience based on the children's interests could be adding in either another color of sand to play with or some stencils. Right here I have an example, so just a cookie cutter. You could sprinkle in some blue sand. See what it comes out like. Woo! We could also bring in books on larger Zen gardens and the experience of that. Or we could bring in books based on the Buddhist monks who use Zen gardening as a meditation technique. We could expand our Zen gardens into a form of meditation for the children, either by adding in music to go along or guided meditation for them. Okay, so for cleanup, we're just gonna pick up the tools off the table. They go in the boxes. And the sand in our big guy here is just gonna go into one of these containers. These are really fun because they come with the